Hey, this is Kyle, Car House. This is a 2016 Corvette Stingray. This is a Z51 package, 3LT. All right, I'm super excited today. We get to look at this Corvette Stingray. This is 2016, so it's a little bit older, but man, I think the C7 is probably the best Corvette ever made. Start at the front right here. This whole front right here, these body lines are insane. There's actually 9 individual creases that make up the front of the car. And with the Z51 package, you get this chin splitter down here, as well as 5 more horsepower than your base. Your base makes 455, this makes 460. Very similar torque numbers to the horsepower, as you'd expect from the 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. That's a LT1 motor, same one you find in the Camaros. Once again up front, we have HID headlights with LED daytime running lights. We do have some cameras and parking sensors up here because it is a very low car. I like that they added that, so you're not going to scrape up your $50,000 front end. We walk around to the side over here. We have some amber running lights on the side, some side markers, and 19-inch alloy forged wheels. Pretty standard on most of your sports cars nowadays. They're going to have 19s or 20s on them. These are wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. Come around on the side again, you have this huge vent here. This is a fender vent. It's actually functional. It works, which is, I'm glad to see that, because a lot of sports cars nowadays just put fake vents all over the place. So I like that Chevy did that. Go back to the wheels. I did forget to mention we have 6-piston Brimbos in the front with drilled and slotted rotors. On the side, on your Z51 package, they actually get rid of these rocker panels that are down here. That just gives a little bit more of a slimmer look, and I really enjoy it. I like how it looks. This is a soft top. It's also an automatic, so it has the 8-speed automatic. And a fun fact about the convertible over the hardtop is you get a lot less room with the convertible. With that hardtop, you do get the hatch in the back, but since you have to fold this back, that goes away. Pretty standard fuel filler cap. Really cool door handles. I love the door handles. They're embedded inside the door here. You have to reach in. A little rubber pad feeling thing. You just click on it. Door opens. Once again on the back, it's another amber side marker. 19-inch wheels in the back as well, with 4-piston brakes in the back. Z51 package, you are going to get this small spoiler back here. And once again, more real vents in the back. You get that awesome Corvette standard quad tip exhaust in the back. And because this is Z51 package, it does have the active exhaust. The sound management is okay compared to something like a regular base C7 that doesn't have it. I'd prefer to have it than not have it. But until that sport shift activates, when you really get into it, The exhaust is still pretty quiet. If you buy one of these, I recommend you do an exhaust. That's just my personal opinion. More real vents down the side back here. Functional diffuser in the back as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's pop the hood and look underneath there. All right, so underneath the hood of this thing, we are going to have the LT1, like I said, 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. Really cool. You get this kind of ram air in the front. This is a pretty standard motor for most of your sporty GM vehicles. The LT1, like I said, is in the Camaro. They throw it in the Corvettes. And man, they're really good motors, let me tell you. Most of your other manufacturers are going more towards dual overhead cam, 16 injectors, dual port injection, stuff like that. LT1, they kept it simple. Push rod motor, big displacement V8, and it sounds amazing. I love a good push rod V8. This thing's freaking awesome. They didn't change too much from the C6 as far as the engine bay goes, other than the engine cover, and of course it doesn't have the LS3, it has LT1, but pretty standard from what you'd expect from underneath the hood of this thing. You good? So this is a 3LT package car, so coming inside you are going to have your memory seating, as well as a Bose sound system, which sounds really great in this little cockpit. Electric power locks, electric auto windows on both sides, and something unique about the Corvettes, to open the door, it's an electric switch. There's no door handle. If for whatever reason your battery dies, you're inside the car, you can come in here down by the rocker panel with this awesome big Corvette symbol, and there's a little latch that you can pull, and that will open the door for you. Coming inside now, right down here, you're just going to have parking sensor deactivation. Open your trunk. Power mirrors, I think they're 4-way adjustable. You have your heads-up display right here. This is how you adjust it. What information it shows, the brightness of it, and the location of it. You can move it up and down in case you're taller or shorter, which in my case, I'm pretty big. I don't fit great in this thing. Pretty standard little AC vent there. I love the leather-wrapped flat-bottom steering wheel, which I believe the flat-bottom steering wheel is only in the Z51 package. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But pretty nice steering wheel. I like how it feels. Pretty standard clicky paddle shifters. You do have some good controls on the steering wheel, which I wouldn't expect from like a more of a race car type of deal. You got cruise control in here. Unfortunately, not adaptive cruise control. It is an older car. You have a good bit of controls in here to select the information that goes on your digital dash right up here in the center, and it's almost endless. I could go through the information on that screen all day. Alright, and also on the left side of the steering wheel, because this is a convertible, there is this. It's pretty dang cool. Alright, so in the top left here, the center console, right in the middle, you have your volume knob as well as a power button right here. That's going to be to mute or turn off your radio. Right below it, you have a little button that says screen. You press that, that screen folds right down. Have a little secret space in there, I guess, sort of secret, with a USB-A in there. And right below the screen, you have these analog controls, which are pretty awesome in case you don't want to touch the screen, get fingerprints or oil or dust on the screen. I love that they added that for you. I don't have any problems with the screen being fast. It works pretty good. Everything is really responsive on that. You do have your dual climate zone controls. Your actually passenger is over here, right on the vent. That's going to control your heated and air conditioned perforated leather seats. If you go into the home button here, that's going to pull up a bunch of options for you on your screen. You go to PDR, that's going to be your performance data recorder. If this car had an SD card in it, you could start recording with the cameras they have on the front and back of the car, and that's just really cool if you ever take your car to the track or something. It does have weather options if you choose to hook them up, as well as Pandora and XM. Those are all subscription based. You do have a pretty good navigation system on there, pretty intuitive and easy to use. And we can go to the menu there. blah, 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 and go back home. There's a few little things in here, like you can go to the cameras, you can adjust the audio, and you can go to your settings and adjust, with the Z51 package, your driving mode, I believe, is going to have your engine sound management, and you can put that in auto, and that will open the valves depending on the RPMs and the mode you're in, or you could just straight up put it in sport or track and keep it as loud as possible at all times. So going right below to the majority of your climate controls, you can press the sync button here, and that's going to sync up your dual zones to be the same. Unsync that here. You do have a full rear electric defroster and a full front defroster as well. You can, of course, adjust the direction of which the air is going to blow to your feet, to your face, both. Doesn't matter. They do have recyclable air right here. They have a button for that, to recycle air from inside the cab. Of course, like I said, driver's side as well as passenger side, perforated leather seats that are air conditioned and heated. Right down here you have a cool little Corvette Stingray badge, which is really cool, as well as a 12 volt down in here that folds down real neat, real flush, which is nice. This is, of course, the 8-speed automatic. Pretty simple to use: park, reverse, neutral, drive, and a manual mode. Throw that thing in manual mode and you can use the paddle shifters. Right below, I should say behind, you have an electronic parking brake. Super easy to use. I'm not a fan of electronic parking brakes. I wish they'd have a manual one in here, but it is what it is. I'm not going to nitpick. It is a more modern car, so bound to have that, I guess, one day. Right into the left of it, you have your traction control button. I don't recommend you turn that off at any time unless you are a professional driver, because this thing has a short wheelbase and gets snappy. It also is the mode selector, so it'll show you right here. You have Eco, Tour, Sport, and Track, as well as a wet mode, and that is going to change not only your heads-up display, but the actual digital dash right in the middle right there. Coming back, you do have a very, very small little center console. It's probably about that deep. Not very useful. Can't put very many things in it. But yeah, I think that's it for the inside of the C7 Corvette. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and like, and check out our next one. And thank you very much.